G'day again, John Down Under Tuning here in Melbourne, Australia. Yeah, I was supposed to have done this video a couple of weeks ago, but the idiot that is in front of the camera here forgot to press the record button, so I gabbered on for about 10 minutes and realised I hadn't pressed record. So yeah, and I'd run out of time, so I couldn't do it. And yeah, hopefully I'll get through it this time. This is a thread response for Mike MGK Boston, by the numbers. Yeah, he just wants us to show records that have got a number in the title, or the artists have a name incorporating a number. So yeah, I'll definitely have a go at this. Yeah, I've seen Brian in Embryonic Robots one, and Ben Rankin's, of course, and he had a Aussie one, and I'll do the same. So yeah, I don't think I've got any that he did. Also, yeah, I've got a few 7-inch singles that have the name as well, so, and one CD, because yeah, that one doesn't exist on vinyl. So yeah, so I'll make a start. First one is a 7-inch single for Space Invaders, and the two blokes, they're apparently Australian, and this was a massive hit in 79, I think, 1979, 1980. It's you incorporate the Space Invaders song, which those in pinball machines and arcade games would remember that, and their title was Player One. So that's one for the history buffs, that one. So Space Invaders and Player One. Second one, another 7-inch single, and fantastically named Aussie band, Adelaide, I think, and they're Exploding White Mice, and they have this 7-inch single is called Breakdown Number 2. And yeah, great record name too, the Greasy Record Company. So yeah, Exploding White Mice and Breakdown Number 2. And that was from 1988. For 3, I've got The Cruel Sea. One of Tex Perkins' bands, and that dog gives you what the title's called. Yeah, it doesn't say it here, but it's on the spine. And it is called Three-Legged Dog. Oh god, I can't remember. There's somebody else who uses either a dog or a three-legged dog on one of their records, but yeah, this is The Cruel Sea, and Tex, of course, and this is, what year is this, 95, and as far as I know, it's only on CD, so that's why I've had to show it like that. So that's Cruel Sea, Three-Legged Dog. Killer track on this is, what is it about? Track 11, yeah, Get a Lawyer, Better Get a Lawyer. So if you don't know that song, and you want to know what Tex sort of sounds like and the band at the time, get that one, it's brilliant. Better Get a Lawyer. For number 5, I've actually got them behind the 2 albums by the band called The Numbers, so that's very appropriate for this. And this is one of their singles, and it was called 5-Letter Word. So that's number 5, and of course it is a number because that's what they were called. And oh god, what year is this? 1980, and that's on the deluxe label. Then we go up to number 7, and old Black Eyes himself, John English. This is roughly 1976, and yeah, it would have been his biggest hit, and that was the album's called, and Hollywood 7. Hollywood 7 Rooms to Rent, whatever. Yeah, that was, he was pretty popular at the time, old John, and yeah, Polydor label. Yeah, as I said, roughly 76. Yeah, he did a bit of acting and whatever. He's one of those ones that was always on Countdown. Like, he wasn't really you wouldn't call him a teeny bop, rather like the Richard Clapton. He was another one. They used to always get gigs on Countdown, so maybe they had a good deal with Molly. I'm not sure, but that's Hollywood 7 from John English. And then 8. This is a duo. Phil Colville and Cat Critch. Yeah, I've sort of mentioned them on a few other things, but they're called Plan 8, so that counts, and it's a 12-inch single for Reach. Yeah, very good. I would say a cheap version of Yazoo. They could have done better. They should have. They were really good. She's got a gorgeous voice, Cat. I think she's still around too. But that's Plan 8 and the 12-inch single for Reach. And then we go up ahead to 13, and this is an Aussie band, that one of our few goth bands, and they've only got 2 records, and this is the first one, which is She Sells Sanctuary, which is the cover of the Cure song, not Cure, the Cult song, and they're on Cleopatra. So that's the 7-inch, and the only album they had, God, what is this? 87, 88, and the album was called Warring Tribes. So yeah, what's that saying? One and done. And look at that, fantastic. Yeah, that's a really good looking Cleopatra label, that one there. So that's 13 at midnight. Then zip on up to number 21, and we've got the Party Boys. This is the first record they did. They had tons of different members. I think this is when James Rain was in it. Yeah, this is the first one they did, about 1983. Yeah, it's called Live at Several 21sts, so that's quite appropriate. And yeah, they mainly did, they all sort of did a lot of cover versions of stuff, sort of like one of those good time pub bands sort of thing. Who we got? Buzz Bistrup. Graham Buzz Bistrup, yeah, he was from the Angels. Kevin Borich was in there from Kevin Borich Express, etc., etc. Paul Christie was from, Mondo Rock, and James Rain, of course, he was the mumbling guy in Aussie Crawl. Yeah, they got really popular later on when John Swanee was their sort of lead singer, and they actually at the same time as the Shantuzis, they had the He's Gonna Step on You Again cover, and they both had that in the charts at the same time. But this is, 1983, and Live at Several 21sts. Then we'll shoot right up to 100. This is a band called Little Murders. And it's called 100 Drugs, a 7-inch single. It's got the original Malvern Gaslight sticker there for $3.75. Yeah, you don't pay $3.75. That's on the polyester label. Where are we? This is 1985. And on the back it's got an assortment of drugs that are probably relevant to the music industry. Really good. But I've just sort of found out about these not long ago. We found a CD at a market, and they're really good. So 100 Murders, or Little Murders, sorry, and the track 100 Drugs. Then up to a band my missus likes. She's not here, so she can't talk about it, but they were called Mio 245. Where are we with these? We're 81, roughly 1981. This is Screen Memory. And what are they on? One of the Mushroom labels. Yeah, they're one of those bands that sort of Mushroom took on, but they just didn't take off for some reason. I don't know why. There's nothing wrong with them. And their main song they had was a song which isn't on that album called Lady Love. That's the sort of one maybe some people are familiar with. That's on the standard Mushroom label. But they're called Mio 245. And then getting towards the end, we've got this utterly brilliant band is Single Gun Theory. And this is the redo because the original is really hard to find. I haven't found one, so I had to get it. It's sort of, as it says here, dream pop. It's very, it is dreamy. It's a little bit worldly. Just brilliant sound. I love them. They've got, this is called Like Stars in My Hands. The Daggers in My Heart Wage War. So that's fantastic. And it's, Millions. Sorry, that was the start. So it's Millions, Like Stars in My Hands. The Daggers in My Heart Wage War. There's a tongue twister. But that's, this is probably their main album. I've got another one of theirs as well. Which, I can't remember the name now. But yeah, 2 brilliant songs on this are called, the actual... the one that uses Millions is called From a Million... What's it called again? From a Million Miles. And they had another track called I Am What I See. This is very late 80s, very early 90s, I think, from memory. Haven't got the actual year, but I think it's about 90 or 91, but utterly brilliant. Yeah, so if you don't know Single Gun Theory, have a listen to this album. It's really good. And the last one is just a bit of a cheat because It's got all numbers all over the cover, but this is the Swingers, 1981. Phil Judd's band post split ends, and this is the original cover with all the numbers. You do one of those join the dot things, but yeah, that is a sleeve that's covered in numbers, so I'm going to put that in. It's called Counting the Beat. This is a massive hit for them. And one of the department stores or something, I can't remember exactly, but yeah, somebody used this for years and years and years as one of their themes. So yeah, Counting the Beat, the Swingers, with all the numbers for Join the Dots on the cover. So there you go, there's my entry. Sorry it was so late, Mike, but yeah, a few things got in the way, and haven't been able to get in front of a camera for a while, so now I am, and I'll hopefully jump on board your other contests that you've got on at the moment, but that requires a partner, and that might be a bit of a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, for everybody who watch, thanks very much, and catch you later.